Mayad nga agahon. Coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, my coffee with Gino cup here. Let me see, where's my packet? I don't have my packet. Oh, there it is, there it is. It got covered, we got covered. I usually keep one of my packets of Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of a 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's coffee, cream, and sugar, powder form. You put it in your cup, add hot water, and you have a nice cup of coffee. All right, I'm gonna make sure I'm online here because sometimes, oh, like, all right, it looks like I'm online. Looks like I'm online. All right, I see myself. I see myself. So, hey, Kevin Shores, Kevin Shores. Good morning, Kevin Shores. Hannah, hello, Hannah. All right, what is bread today? I did not pick up pandesal this morning. I had dropped off mom and Liana at church this morning, but it was raining, man. So I was like, man, I got bread, I got bread here at the house. So I got raisin bread. I like the raisin bread here. When you toast it, the raisins kind of like a nice feel to it. So that's what I had for bread this morning. No pandesal, no pandesal. Which is okay. Tomorrow I'll see if I'll get pandesal. Hi, Brother Gino. Hey, Pinay Heart. Hello. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, Pinay Heart. Hannah, you're early. Yes, I'm early. It's like usually I start my live stream after 7 when I drop off Leanna at school, but no school today. It's Sunday here. So I figure, I've dropped them at the church. I've eaten breakfast, and I was like, hey, man, I got time. Might as well start the live stream. I kind of like doing that. Just, I don't like scheduling things. That's why, if you notice, I don't schedule live streams. I rather just like, when I feel it, I do it. Or right now, I'm doing one day on, one day off. That way it's not too much. Every day can get to be too much after a while. So you'll probably get tired of me seeing me every day. So it's better now, I think, that today I'll do a live stream. Tomorrow I'll have a day off. The next day I'll have a live stream. One day on, one day off. I think that's a better schedule for me. Joe Cano, hello, Joe Cano. All right. Good morning, Joe Cano. Hi, Pinay Heart from Hannah. 2:50. All right, 2:50. All right, in the afternoon on a Saturday. All right. Thank you, Pinay Heart. Good morning, Jojo. All right. Hi, Kevin, Jojo. Hey, Ray, my brother in Sacramento, California. Good morning, my brother. Waiting for your weather report. All right, weather report. Let me break out the weather report. It's been raining. It's been raining, man. It's like yesterday, supposedly, they had that, Typhoon Bashang. Typhoon Bashang had hit the Philippines. Unfortunately, with the Typhoon Bashang, there was casualties. And my prayers go out to the family affected. They lost 12 people. 12 people from a Typhoon Bashang. I think about 8 of those people, there was a landslide. That's the thing, some of these Typhoon Bashang didn't pack a lot of strong winds, but it packed a lot of rain, and a lot of rain in the mountainous area of Mindanao. So, all that water, when it drops in the mountain areas, it just flows down and causes a lot of landslides. And unfortunately, they had 12 people lost their lives from a Typhoon Bashang. Again, prayers go out to their family. That's never a good thing. But it's already gone as far as like the typhoon. But for us, we didn't even get hit by Typhoon Bashang. It was supposed to hit like the southern tip of Iloilo. And it weakened, by the time it got the storm got to our area, it was just a tropical depression. But it packed a lot of rain. So yesterday here in Aklan province, and I'm looking at all the videos, I'm looking at all the photos on my Facebook, from even here in Numancia, even Kalibo, they had flooding, not deep flooding or anything, about knee-high water on some streets. Banga, even Banga, the town of Banga, Nabas, Malinaw had waist deep water. So pretty much most of the areas in Aklan province, it flooded. If there's flooded areas, there's a lot of low-lying areas in Aklan province, sea level, and we've been getting so much rain the past few months. So a lot of the rivers here, rice fields, you name it, they're just soaked with water. So it doesn't take much to flood some areas here right now. So as far as the weather, again, no more Typhoon Bashang. It's dissipated, but Mimaropa, Bicol region, Western Visayas, us here, Western Visayas, Aurora, Rizal, Laguna, Quezon, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar, cloudy skies with scattered rains and isolated thunderstorms because of the shear line. Possible flash floods or landslide due to moderate to heavy rain. And it's raining right now. It's raining here in Aklan. So if this continues, there's going to be flooding again here in our province. Metro Manila, Cagayan, Bulacan, Calabarzon, cloudy skies with rain because of the amihan season. The rest of Luzon, same thing, partly cloudy. The rest of the country, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers. So pretty much the entire Philippines today, you're gonna see some rain in your area. Chances are high that you will see rain in your area here in the Philippines. Don't matter, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, which is kind of like odd this time of the year for the Philippines because we're already in February, so I don't expect this rainy weather to stick around. Once it gets sunny, I predict like continuous sunny weather because here in the Philippines, end of February, for sure, 1 March, that's the beginning of summer here. And once summer begins, like March, it's going to be hot. April is going to be hotter. And then May is going to be hottest. Nothing but sunshine. That's why I keep telling people, if you're going to vacation, come to the Philippines. Come here March, April, May. 3 months. Those 3 months, guaranteed, you're going to get nothing but sunshine. You don't have to worry about typhoons, flooding, and all that. Right now here in Numancia, it's 24 degrees Celsius or 74 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature. Let me check the Windy app. The Windy app, I don't see any other low pressure area building. So hopefully after this rain today, maybe tomorrow, it'll start clearing up here in the Philippines. I hope, man. I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind the weather, like it's rainy, because I know it's just a matter of days now. Once we get the hot temperature, then we're gonna be wishing for rain. We're gonna be wishing that it wasn't so hot here. Pinay Heart, Kevin, Jojo, Ray, all right, Hannah. 4:51 p.m. here in Missouri. All right, almost 4:51 for me. Usually I eat early dinner. Usually 5:30 is when I eat dinner. So, hi Hannah, Pinay Heart from Jocano. Fernando Romero, greetings from Mexico. All right, Fernando. I don't get many viewers from Mexico, Fernando. Thank you for joining the live stream. I'm here in Numancia, Aklan, in the Philippines. Again, thank you for joining the live stream, Fernando. My favorite baseball player of all time is Fernando Valenzuela, man, from Mexico. I love Fernando, man. He was my hero. I moved to California in 1978, and Fernando Mania in Los Angeles was like 1980. Rookie of the Year, Fernando, all the shutout games. Ever since then, he's been my favorite baseball player of all time. Hannah, Joe Cano. Oh, it went up, it went fast. Joe Cano. Hi, Joe Cano from Hannah. Hi, Joe Cano, a fan from Kevin Shores. 3:51 in Idaho Mountain Standard Time. All right, all right. Thank you. Thank you for all the time update. It's like I know the different times, so it's good to know like what different times everybody's at. Hannah, hi Fernando. How's your day going so far? Joe Cano, hey Kevin. Hi Pinoy Heart from Kevin. Good morning. Brian, hey Tex-Fed, my brother in Galveston County, Texas. Hey Brian, awesome brother. It's the yogurt effect. The yogurt effect. I don't know what that is. I've never heard that before. Yogurt effect. Yogurt effect. Maybe it's a typo. Sometimes when you do the phone, I know it autocorrects. Maybe it autocorrect. Hi Hannah. Yo, 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 Tim, my brother in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. All right, Tim. Hey, guys, I have to go. We have, oh, goats. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. All right, all right. Good luck. Good luck on the goats. Dazzle growing up, she had, they raised goats in Katiklan here. So that one of Dazzle's favorite animals is goats. She loves the baby goats. They're so cute. They're so cute. What's up, Tim? Tim Craven from Kevin Shores. Ted from Bowl. Hey, Gino. I think this has been the coolest year since I've been here. I know. It's like I've never remember. I can't remember January and February being this cool. You know, it's not cold, you know, like me, I'm wearing a t-shirt still, you know, it's 74 degrees, but I've been wearing more sweatshirt, my windbreaker here, my rain jacket, more often this January and February, for sure. I can't remember being this cool weather, but I know it's just a matter of time, Ted. Once the heat starts coming, it's gonna be a long summer. It's gonna be a long summer. Hey Derek, aloha, my brother from Hawaii. 1 p.m. All right, good to know. Thank you for the time update. Thank you for the time up. My brother Ruben is back in Calibo. He arrived a couple of days ago. He's resting, of course, jet lag from being in San Diego, California, and then he stopped before he headed back here to Calibo. But he's back. He said, he messaged me. He said, all good. He just got to get some rest, you know, that jet lag and all that. So I'll probably see him tomorrow because my friend Joel from Arizona, me, Joel, and Ruben, we watched the Super Bowl together last year. We went to Cafe Argon in Calibo. Joel's got his US phone. He brought his American phone with him, and he streamed it on his phone last year. We watched the Super Bowl. So he invited me again yesterday. Hey, you want to watch the Super Bowl again? We can have breakfast again tomorrow at Cafe Arga. I said, hey, why not? We'll start a tradition. And since Ruben's back, I'll invite Ruben. I'll message Ruben today and see if he's up to it. And Cafe Argon, they got a good breakfast there. Ruben and even Joel, the breakfast we had last year, they have like a bacon silog, bacon, fried rice, and egg. But their bacon is what they really like, because it's not thin bacon, it's not crispy bacon. Their bacon is like thick, like homemade bacon that's thick. It's almost kind of like a ham, but they're delicious. They know how to toast it. The chef, they actually have a chef at Cafe Argon, so I'm sure Joel and Ruben want to do that again. Derek, all right, there you go. Take care, Hannah, free night heart. Super Bowl comes on Monday, 7 a.m. All right. I don't know know what time here. I don't know, but I'm sure I'll go to Calibo tomorrow. I'll pick up Joel. I'll pick up Ruben, and then we'll head out to Cafe Argon, and then we'll watch it on Joel's phone. Maybe I'll bring my laptop. Maybe we can Bluetooth it to the laptop and watch it on a bigger, laptop screen. But the phone works too because, it's still fun, just like talking about the game, hanging out. We'll be hanging out watching the Super Bowl. Lowell, kamusta? Mabuti, mabuti ako, Lowell from Oregon. God bless my brother. God bless Lowell. Glenn, good morning, Gino. Good morning, Glenn. What's up, Derek from Kevin Shores? Good morning, Master Sergeant. All right, I don't get called Master Sergeant anymore, but I appreciate it. Michael Manalastas from Northern California, my brother in Northern California. We're still here in Calibo, but I never got a chance to see you in Atiatihan. Oh, all right. You should have texted me or messaged me, Glenn. I was like in Atiatihan almost every day. It's like I was in Calibo doing a lot of filming, hanging out with people. But if you're still in Calibo, let me know if you wanna meet up. It's like this week. Actually, I'm gonna be meeting up some people. There's Kevin. I'm not quite sure where Kevin's from, but he'll be in Calibo. He said the 10th or 11th, I think, is when he wanted to meet me. So I said, hey, I'll meet you in Calibo. And then let me see here. There's a couple. They're from Arizona, but they lived in Southern California for over 30 years. They've been married like 38 years. It's like reached out to me this weekend. I'll read you their message to me. His name is Gerhard. He goes, it's raining now, man. Let me see if I need to close the window here, because I don't want to get wet. Yeah, I had to close the window because it's raining harder now. He goes, he sent me a message on my email. He goes, hello, Gino. Let me reintroduce myself. I am Gerhard and my asawa, Imelda, 38 years married. We are not the youngest anymore in retirement. So they're retired. Both of them are retired. I'm probably not your only friend, Arizona. And then Gerhard said, lived in Southern California for 30 years. And then moved to Arizona. But now they're here in the Philippines. We have been planning to move to the Philippines, and now it is happening through your encouragement. And I know many people watch my channel. I know there's a lot of silent viewers, a lot of people that don't comment, and nothing wrong with that. But when they're actually doing it, that's when they contact me. And I understand that totally. It's like, I'm there for you. If you decide to, give Calibo a try, give Boracay a try, I'm there, man. Just contact me. Whatever you need from me, I will assist you. And that's what Gerhard and Imelda. Imelda's Filipina, so they came here on the Balikbayan privilege. So one thing nice about them is they don't have to worry about tourist visas. They don't have to worry about all that, So 1 year on the Balikbayan privilege, both of them, even though Gerhard's American, he's not Filipino, he gets it because they flew in together. So 1 year, no fee, zero fee at all to stay in the Philippines. So they could try it. They could try it for a year for free, no charge, no tourist visa charge or anything like that. And that's what they said. It goes, my asawa Imelda refers to you as my hero. Calls me a hero. I was like, I'm touched that somebody calls me a hero. I'm no hero. I'm just here to assist people, and it makes me happy, man. It makes me happy when people contacted me and then they put their trust in me, and that's important to me. I don't take the trust lightly. That's why when when you end up coming here to Boracay, when you end up coming here to Calibo, I will meet you. I will like whatever questions, whatever you need to find out about the possible move. Willing to do that. Willing to do that for everyone because I know, that's not easy to do. If you come to the Philippines not knowing anybody, you land at the place. There's a lot. There's a lot. It's already a challenge adjusting to an area and not knowing anybody, man. That's tough. It's tough. It's a lot easier when you got somebody when you land that's like welcoming you to the place, showing you the ropes, telling you avoid this area. This area is good. These apartments are good. Kind of like guiding you through the process, telling you where your tourist visa or your driver's license or where to buy your motorcycle, where to buy your car. It's just a lot easier when there's somebody guiding you. So they said, we are currently in Boracay for fulfilling a dream of years ago. So I actually, after this message, of course, I contacted them and I got to talk to them on the phone. We had a voice. I can always, I don't put pressure on people, but usually I do the video call, but they're the one that called me. I guess they were shy. They didn't want to like video call, but audio call. So I got to talk to both of them and they're excited. They're going to be here. They're going to check out the Boracay February 12. And they wanted to try La Casa Española in Calibo, the apartment where I've been putting a lot of expats that come here for 30 days. So I'll take, they'll catch transportation, probably a van or a bus from Caticlan. Then I'll meet them in Calibo, and then I'll take them to either take them to La Casa or they can just ride a tricycle, and I'll meet them there and introduce them to the manager, the owner of La Casa. So see if they want to take the apartment, if they want to do that when they get here. So I'm excited for them. I know I can tell the excitement for both of them. It's kind of like a dream for them. I mean, they're just like having a blast in Boracay. Now they're gonna try Calibo for 30 days. And you can usually tell the people that really watch our videos because they're staying at the Piccolo Hotel. They're eating at places where we eat in Boracay. They already know Calibo. Like they're telling me about the places they want to see in Calibo because of my videos, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that when somebody takes that time. Watching our videos. That's why when they come, I'm like, hey man, it's time for me to show you the real deal. You've seen the videos, but now you're gonna see everything in person. So I can't wait. I can't wait to meet them. Today's the 8th, so they'll be here in 4 days to start their life here in the Philippines. See if they're gonna like Calibo first 30 days. And to me, that's really all I can offer to people. When they come here, I'll assist you. You can try Calibo for 30 days. If you decide, well, Calibo's not for me, nothing wrong with that. And I've seen that happen many times now. There was a Jack, he tried the Philippines. He was here in the Philippines for 6 months. Now he's in Thailand. Nothing wrong with that. At least when he got here, I was able to assist him, in trying to adjust here. He's the only one that really left. Jack is the only one that really left. Everybody else that I've helped moved to Calibo, moved to Boracay, moved to Iloilo City. All of them are still here, and they're still all my friends. Nefty stayed here. I remember from Houston, Texas. He stayed in Calibo for about 8 months, and he took off because something happened with the relationship. So he had to move to a different place in the Philippines. But for the most part, people. It's a good soft landing is what I'm providing for people when they get here to Calibo. At least show you the ropes a little bit, get you settled down, at least, with the tourist visa, with the driver's license, with the bank account, at least get that all established. And if you do decide to go somewhere else, at least you're more established once you get here. Let me go back. Let me see and make sure. Glenn, what's up? Derek from Kevin Shores. Good morning, Master Star. Okay, right there. Hey, Glenn, we're still in Kalibo. Okay, pick me up too, Emilio. Yeah, Emilio, if you're here, not a problem, not a problem. As long as it's not nighttime. It's like if you arrive at Kalibo Airport, Boracay Airport, and it's at nighttime. I'm sorry, but I don't drive at nighttime. If you arrive at daytime, I'd be happy to pick you up. But nighttime, I just don't like driving in the Philippines. My eyesight is not that good anymore at nighttime, and there's just, to me, it's too dangerous to drive even here in Aklan province. Anywhere in the Philippines, it's like dangerous to drive at night because people sometimes don't put their headlights on the car, or they'll ride a motorbike without any lights on it. Some people ride in a bicycle with no reflective, no lights, and wearing black clothes, black t-shirt. It's like you can't see them. You can't see them. They're like, I don't understand. They want to blend in, camouflage to the darkness or something. It's pouring outside in your area. Yes, it's pouring, man. It's like we've been having floods. So far, like there's a little creek close by to here to the Camellia Clan, and the creek actually overflows easily. This morning when I took Mom and Leanna to church, the water was already on the road. There's about this much water on the road, so it doesn't take much. The water will go up and that road will become not passable. Super Bowl in the Bay Area. Lots of visitors from other states. Mga yayamanin. Michael, I don't know, right? Super Bowl tickets ain't no joke, man. Mga yayamanin means people with a lot of money. People with money. People with money. Kevin Shores, are you watching 226 Winter Games? No. I didn't even realize that there's Winter Games 2026, to tell you the truth, Kevin. I used to watch more of the Winter Games, more of the Olympics. But since I moved here to the Philippines, I really don't watch a lot of sports anymore. I guess because in the US it's so easy to watch it. Here in the Philippines, the local TV, I don't have local TV anyway. It's like I only have internet. I don't have cable TV, so it's hard. The time difference too. Some of the games here come really early in the morning. The only things that I really watch, we have a subscription to like NBA League Pass. We pay like 499 pesos. We pay about $9 a month for that. Dazzle likes basketball. I'm a Lakers fan, so I watch NBA basketball and baseball. I love the Dodgers. I always, once the season starts, I subscribe to Spot TV so I can watch all my Dodger games. Baseball is my game. It's like out of all the games, to me anyway, I think baseball is the purest. Because football, I really lost football. I'm not big on football. I watch the Super Bowl, but I'm not really big on football. I've just seen too many games in football where the game is decided by a bad call at the end. Like a pass interference or something that, horrible calls. The whole game you're watching everything, and then one call costs you the game. Basketball kind of similar, too many fouls in basketball, the referee stops, it's like annoying how the referee stopped the game. Everything's a foul, everything. But I still watch it. Dazzle loves basketball. The baseball out of any sport is what I love watching because it's the purest, it's like it all comes down to like hitting and pitching, it's like not a lot of influence from even the umpire. You can argue that, that was a ball, that was a strike, but if you're a good hitter, it don't matter if it's a ball, strike, whatever, you can hit that ball out of there. Like Shohei can hit anything, so to me, that's why baseball's my sport. I love watching baseball. Lucita, good morning, Gino. How are things going? Hey, Lucita, my good friend in Maine. Everything's good. Raining. Yesterday's rained all day yesterday. Looks like it's gonna rain again all day today. But it's all good. When it's raining, I just enjoy my coffee. We kind of like watch Netflix. We stay at home. We don't go anywhere. We'll cook. We'll cook something. Yeah, like yesterday I made I baked some pork. I baked a liempo. I bought some liempo, put some sweet baby rays, and baked it in the oven, and they loved it. Dad, Zoli, and Mom, they loved it. So today we'll probably just do the same thing, bake something in the oven. We were at Calibar last night dancing, and the place was really awesome. Calibar, I don't know that. I don't go out at night, so very rare do we ever. So I'm not a bar person, I'm not a club person anymore. So I've not heard of Calibar. I'll have to look it up now, though. Let me take a picture of that. So now I can research where that place is. Calibar. Must be a new thing, man. Oh, my other phone's dead. The only place, the last time I went out in Calibo, my friends and I, we went to Friends. It's called Friends on Rojas Avenue. It's a karaoke bar in Rojas Avenue, Calibo. But dancing, I can't even remember the last time I went dancing, man. But I'm a good dancer, man. It's like when I was in Boracay, I used to hit the clubs in Boracay, Club Parao, Summer Place, Epic, you name it, man. But those days are long gone for me. It's like that was back in 2011, 2012, when I was still hitting the clubs. But I haven't been in a very long time. Should check that place out. Awesome. Ray, no live stream tomorrow, people. Oh yeah, no live. I'm doing one day on, one day off. So today I'm live streaming. Tomorrow will be my day off. Yeah, just makes my life easier. It's like it gets monotonous. Repetitious. If I do it every day. So I started doing one day on, one day off. Peanut Butter Travels here. Jokano. Hi, Peanut Butter. Glenn, yes, that's true. I was driving my SUV last, and a drunk driver with a motorcycle hit us in the side of our vehicle and got up, drove away. So it's more of a hit and run. Yeah, that's going to happen. It's going to happen here. The one thing here in the province, here in Aklan, you don't see many cops. It's like there's no patrol cars. I've never seen a patrol car. I've seen patrol motorbikes, but not many. Even at nighttime, I think the police here pretty much relies a lot on CCTV. A lot of things, a lot of, fender bender or hit and run accidents here in Calibo, they get caught on CCTV. You don't see many cops, even at nighttime, there's really no need for it because there's not a lot of crime happening. I guess that's why NFL has gone woke. Has gone woke there. Yeah, I saw that. I remember when the Super Bowl. I haven't. The last time. I left the U.S. in 2011, and I saw that was the last Super Bowl I watched when I was in the U.S. I just remember like Super Bowl before it was a lot more fun. I mean, you get the blowout games that kind of ruins it when it's a blowout game. But even like the halftime show. But the last few years, like you said, it hasn't been like they put people in there that's like I know there's a big controversy right now about a Bad Bunny. I'm like, who the heck is Bad Bunny? I've never heard of this dude. There's so many like great artists in the United States. You have a Bad Bunny. It's like, who the heck is that? I've never heard one of his songs. Why pick that dude, man? I never got a chance to see the license plate. Oh yeah, it's hard. When it's dark, right? When it's especially like a motorcycle, the plate are like, it's not that big. It's not big numbers on the motorcycle license plate. And then I'm sure when it happened, when the motorbike hit you, it's all, you're in shock, and then if the guy stood up and drove off, I just think it's dangerous. I don't drive. Very rare do I drive at night here. I try to avoid driving at night at all here. Hi, hey Gino, I'm moving to Camellia this month. All right. Let me see your name. Mission Steve. All right, Mission Steve. I got the house from Jean. All right. Jean's my friend. That's awesome. Her tenant moved out. So thanks for letting me know about. All right, you're gonna love that place, man. It's right by the security guard. That's awesome. I'll look you up. I pass that house all the time. So welcome to our Camellia clan. I think you're gonna like living here. And now you have a friend. I'm your friend, man. If you have any question or anything about living here at Camellia, welcome to Camellia clan. Sports have gotten too political. I love watching Dazzle TV. All right, Joe Canode. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like everything's just gotten political. To me, it's like nonsense. They're ruining the purity of the game. Hopefully, it doesn't get to baseball. That's what I'm saying. Baseball to me is like the purest of sport. We don't have all those things happening in baseball. Like I remember even the NBA at one time. Remember they were putting on their jerseys like freedom or something, racism or something. Like what the heck? What's going on here? But hopefully that doesn't appear in baseball. To me, like I said, baseball to me is like the purest sport still. It's like hopefully none of that craziness happens in baseball. We finalized our flights for the Philippines to begin our preliminary recon. All right, do your recon. All right, to Iloilo, Manila, 23rd of May. All right, Vaughn, that's awesome, man. I'll be in Iloilo City in April. Every 6 months, I have to get a monitoring MRI for cancer. So I always do that at Medical City Iloilo. May, I'm not sure if I'll be in Iloilo City in May, but for sure April I'll be in. And also Dazzle and I will be celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary in April. So I'm kind of undecided on where to go, but I'm thinking Guimaras because Dazzle and I all this time we've been going to Iloilo City. We've never gone to Guimaras, so it'd be nice getaway. I can time it after my MRI and then just hop on a bus, hop on a ferry, and go to Guimaras. Spend a few days in Guimaras Island. We'll see. I'll have to ask Dazzle what she really wants for our 10th wedding anniversary. Congrats, Vaughn. The I know, Joe. Don't worry about the autocorrect, man. That happens. Happens to me all the time. I'm like, texting. I'm usually pretty fast on texting. Then when I said, "Ooh, autocorrect," it changed what I put in there. Yes, Joe. A lot of work needs to be done. We'll try to enjoy it. Haha. I understand. Yeah, and don't forget that, Vaughn. Don't forget that. Enjoy the process. I know it can be overwhelming because you're going to be looking at places to live. You're going to be looking for school for your kids. I know that can all people be talking to you. People will but don't forget to enjoy the process. I love Super Bowl Sunday. The likelihood that we will have a late arrival at work is great. Oh, that's right. I remember that when I was in Japan, my last assignment. The Super Bowl comes on at different time. In the hospital, the Misawa Air Base Hospital, they would let us arrive late at work. They would let us watch the Super Bowl. By the way, we went to Royal Hotel as you recommended. The restaurant. Oh, great, Glenn. Yeah. It's like I love the barbecue, the pork barbecue ribs at Royal, delicious, and then the desserts. They got amazing cheesecake of different kinds of cheesecake at the Royal Hotel. Mission, Steve. Thanks, Gino. We'll get in touch. Can't wait to get there. All right, Steve. Hey, and I'm glad it's you that moved in there. I'm glad it's you that moved in there, man, because you never know. You never know what kind of neighbors you can get sometimes, but it's good, man. I'm happy for you. I think you're going to enjoy that house. And Jean's a great person. Jean's you're going to love her as your landlord. Anything you like upgrade on the house or anything, she's going to accommodate you. She's a good person. That's too cool, Nishan. An instant neighbor. I know. He's going to be my neighbor. I mean, he'll live like, his house, I'm like 2 blocks away. 2 blocks away from his house. Man, that's going to be awesome. Kevin, Bad Bunny is a world-renowned popular Latin American reggaeton rapper right now. All right. I don't know who it is. I've never heard of him. I've never heard of him. Ramil, Cleveland Indians, now called the Guardians, is getting affected. Yeah, hopefully they'll go back, at least maybe the names, but the actual game, I don't see players wearing like crazy names on their, Otani is Otani, Mookie Betts is Betts, I don't see them wearing uniforms that says freedom or something like that. JP Calibo. Good morning, Gino and the posse. Hey, good morning, JP. Juan, sounds good to me. Hi, JP, how is life? Ruben, hey, Ruben, there's Ruben. Yeah, let's got Super Bowl in Cafe Perfect. All right, Ruben, I'll come pick you up tomorrow. I'll pick up Joel, I'll pick you up, and then we'll have a Super Bowl tomorrow at Cafe Argon again. Did you know the last time we did this was 2025? I know, we did that last year. So maybe we're going to start doing a tradition since Joel's always here during the month of January. So good morning, everyone. Joe Cano. All right, Ruben. All right. So I'm to the comments. There's an alternative halftime show. Yeah, I saw that. Kid Rock. I saw that there's a performing Turning Point USA. So... all right, I got that. So today the topic, and I thought of this topic because from Gerhard and Imelda, they're here in Boracay Island right now. They've been there for over a week now, staying at the Piccolo Hotel. So my topic today is the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness is the topic, and I thought about the pursuit of happiness because of Gerhard and Imelda. Here they are. They're an elderly couple, been married 38 years. Great couple, because I've already talked to them on the phone. I just can tell they have a good spirit. Gerhard Scott is funny because he tells that he's not a youngin'. He's not a youngin' anymore, but he can still get around. He can still get around. He said he enjoys walking. He enjoys traveling. And that's a good thing. To me, that's just a blessing, right? You get a certain age, the fourth quarter of your life, and you're still able to pursue happiness. You can still be adventurous enough to go to another country, move yourself to another country, visit places that you only see in videos. Now they're in Boracay, enjoying Boracay. Now they're going to be in Calibo. They're going to try it for at least 30 days and see what's Gino been talking about Calibo. It's like, to me, that's just awesome that people are pursuing their dreams, pursuing their happiness. Because so many times, man, I'm on these different Facebook groups, even on my channel sometimes, once in a while you'll get a negative comment, trolls, unfortunately, they're hard to but I don't know what it is, why people kind of rain on other people's happiness. There are somebody asking, even asking an honest question, a simple question on on Facebook saying like, hey, I'm gonna try the Philippines. What do you think of this area? And people jump on the guy like, oh, Philippines is horrible. It's the worst place you can choose. And just rain on somebody's dream or rain on somebody's parade. But to me, I always tell people, you know, you got to like pursue your dream, pursue your happiness. Don't let the noise, don't let other people talk you out of it, because there might be a time when you get older and you can't do it anymore, and you might regret it that you didn't even try it, that you were scared by other people or discouraged by other people. That's why I always encourage people like come here, check out the Philippines, check out Panay Island. I'll assist you. I'll answer all your questions the best I can, as honest as I can answer them. And just because I want people to like pursue their dreams and pursue their happiness. All right, let me go back here. Hi, Ruben. Ruben, good morning. All right, Ruben. Ruben, good morning, everyone. Jokano. Hi, Ruben. Alternative, Kevin Shore. Bye, everyone. Hey, bye, Kevin Shores. Bye, Kevin Shores. Everything is going great. Life will throw you curveballs, right? Life will throw you curveballs. The Philippines hides the curveballs in tropical storms. Glenn, I got question, Gino. What was the place of the resort that you and Dazzle went fishing and cooked it? All right. It's called Loola's. Lola, Loola's Fish Farm. Hey, if you want to, man, we can meet you at Loola's. Not today in the rain, but if sometime this week you want to go to Loola's Fish Farm, we would, Dazzle and Mom, they've already asked me about Loola's Fish Farm in Makato, really close to our house, about 10 minutes from our house here. From Calibo, maybe 30 minutes from Calibo, it's Loola's Fish Farm. And Mom and Dazzle already told me they're eager to go fishing, but it's been raining. That's the only reason why they haven't gone fishing yet. And yes, you can cook it. Whatever you catch, they'll grill it for you. You don't have to bring charcoal. You don't have to bring anything. They'll cook it for you. They'll clean the fish for you and cook it for you, man. JP, are the curveballs or alternate plans of or opportunities. Having the means to try things and do things is a great blessing. Amen, Vaughn. I mean, to have even the opportunity, right, Vaughn, to like at the fourth quarter of my life, most people I deal with, it's we're like 60 and above. This is like the fourth quarter of our life, man. To even have a chance to try something new, that is a blessing, because not everybody can do it. It's like many people I know in America, they get to Social Security age and that's it. Basically Social Security is enough to like live on, and they're just waiting to like, unfortunately to check out, and not experience, not pursue dreams, not pursue happiness anymore. Just living day to day is unfortunately what I even see people getting homeless, in the U.S. now, when collecting Social, living in their vehicles, and at Social Security age, which is like terrible. People rain on other people's happiness because they are miserable. Misery loves company. I don't know, but I see it. I see it all the time. One thing I like about the Philippines. There's a saying here in the Philippines. It's called walang basagan sa trip. And the meaning of walang basagan sa trip. Here in the Philippines, Filipinos, I love the Filipino culture. This is what I love about the Filipino culture. Everybody does their own thing here. And nobody's gonna make fun of you. Nobody's gonna like say, oh, that's dumb or that's stupid, If you want to sing karaoke all day long, if you want to, if your trip is like playing guitar and you're terrible at it, nobody's gonna like give you a hard time. I see people all the time. I have a couple of my friends, and I always smile every time I see their videos on my Facebook. I have two of them, both female friends of Dazzle and I, and they do Zumba. They do Zumba in the Philippines. I don't know if you know Zumba. Zumba is like exercise. People are like, they're dressed in like leotards or workout clothes. Kind of like Jane, what's that? Back in the day, like, the videos of like exercise. And they do it at the mall. They're popular at the malls, right? The malls will have music and they'll have Zumba right there at the mall or the plaza, normally at the plaza. Pretty much anywhere you go in the Philippines, Zumba is really popular. And these two friends of mine, they will live stream or they will video themselves while they're doing Zumba. And you can tell, like, their exuberance, doing their thing, they're just dancing. Makes me smile every time because you know what? They're having a great time. They do not care what other people are thinking. Oh, she shouldn't be dancing like that. Oh, she's, critical about it, because here in the Philippines, like I said, there's some mentality here like walang basagan sa trip. Everybody just like whatever makes you happy, go for it, and to me, I love that in the Filipino culture, that people can be silly here, can make fun of themselves and smile and laugh. A lot of times, I know lived in America before. America, people don't very seldom do they let loose. The only time I really see people let loose in America a lot of times is when they're drinking. Put alcohol in them. Next thing you know, they're dancing on top of the tables and all that. But very reserved in a lot of ways where they do not want to look silly. Or they do not want to, that's why karaoke is not popular in America. Here in the Philippines, karaoke is so popular because everybody's going to sing, know how much terrible a singer they are. They're going to belt like tunes, and they'll be proud of belting those tunes because it's all about just having fun, Ray, football is a popular sport and is being introduced in various parts of the world. I'm a big baseball fan. I played fast and slow pitch in the Air Force. All right, then. That's awesome, Ray. I love your channel. It's my connection to Aklan. All right, Ermil. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you. My family is from Aklan, and for now, it's not for us. My wife and I lived in Boracay for a year, but for now, we have to stay. Hey, I'm glad that you got to try Boracay for a year, man. I'm sure it was spectacular, right? My first 18 months in the Philippines was in Boracay. And probably the best time I've ever had in the Philippines was those first 18 months. The thing, I enjoyed it. I really had an amazing time. But you do get island. You do get that island thing going, like, is it called island fever or something, where it does start feeling like after a while the island's small, because it is small. I think it's like 5 miles. I think 5 miles and 5 miles, not very big. Pretty soon it's like I had a mountain bike and I pretty much seen everything in Boracay, so that's why I moved to the mainland. And I miss them. Once I moved to the mainland, once I moved to Calibo, I realized I missed, going to a city like Rojas City or Iloilo City. I did miss going to a mall, because back then they didn't have a mall in Boracay. Now they have a mall now, City Mall Boracay, but it's a tiny mall. It's like not even like a SM or anything like that. There's things that you miss. When you're living in a tiny island. One, trip without any damage. That's a libertarian's dream right there. I don't know what the libertarians, I'm not familiar with that one, but right, Filipinos, man, you see it all the time. You're like, even here, sometimes I'm walking in the neighborhood and one of the neighbors, it'd be 9 a.m. in the morning, and they'd be like belting some tunes in karaoke, and you're going like, ooh, that's like, it hurts my ears. But you can tell the smile on the face that they're proud that they're like belting loud tunes so early, man. They're not shy. They're not shy. Wow, a year in Boracay. That's too cool. I know, right? JP, hit like please. All right, JP, thank you. Derek, the Philip had the annual softball tournament at San Miguel. All right, San Miguel Naval Communications Base. I remember even at Clark, when I was stationed at Clark, Derek, they used to have like all the, people from Subic, people from Kapas and Tarlac. There's always like tournaments, softball tournaments. I remember at Clark. That was big. That was big at Clark. Back, I was there like 88 to 91. Ramil, yes, we had to go to Iloilo to watch movies back then. I know. It's like in 2012. That's why when I moved to Calibo, I could go to Iloilo to watch a movie. Now they have a theater. They at least have 2 theaters in Boracay now. The last movie I saw with Dazzle was F1 with Brad Pitt. That's last June was the last movie we saw together. Philosophy is live and let live. Oh, okay, all right. I'll have to research now that libertarian. All right. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that. Right on. Yes, JP. All right. Oh yeah, FEN Philippines. I even remember FEN. There was an announcer that was pretty popular back during my Far East Network. The news even. And remember the Far East Network, Derek, the commercials. There were commercials at the Far East Network is like a military channel. So the commercials is not like your typical McDonald's commercial or like a laundry soap commercial. The commercials for FEN is like the UCMJ, Uniform Code of Military Justice, or the Geneva Convention Act. It's always something to do with the military. Were like the commercials, and they were like homemade. They're made at the base where you came from. It's like it's almost kind of like a military propaganda. Military propaganda was all the commercials. Armed Forces Network. Yeah, AFN Armed Forces Network is like in Korea, Japan, Philippines. FEN was another. I think that was more specific to Clark, or the Philippines, Far East Network. FEN, Clark, FEN, Subic, during the time. Yeah, that's the name. Hey, thank you, Derek. I was trying to remember his name. I was like, damn, I can't think of his name. Rusty Barfield, man. I gotta look him up, man. What happened to Rusty Barfield? Rusty Barfield, for people that was stationed in the Philippines back in the day, he's a legend, man. That dude's a legend, man. He's kind of like our... the number one reporter, the number one newscaster of the Philippines, Rusty Barfield. Thank you for that, Derek, man. Oh, no way. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. That made my day. That made my day, Derek. And I was trying to remember his name and I couldn't. And then you said it. Thank you so much. And the other thing I wanted to mention, with the pursuit of happiness, that was the topic. The other thing that for me, there's you just gotta go for it. Do you as far as pursuing that dream. Don't let any other people spook your dream. Maybe it doesn't make sense to them. Maybe they'll call you, oh, that's stupid. It's not gonna work. You're gonna fail. Don't let people discourage you. Follow your dream, your pursuit of happiness. But also, a big part of that, for me, is avoiding the people that are like that. The negativity, the people that, and you can sense that anyway. Like for me, I know, it's like I deal with a lot of expats. Most of our viewers are expats. One thing I've learned, not all expats are, just good and nice people. There's just expats that they have a certain feel to them, like maybe they were not happy when they were whatever country they came from. In America they weren't happy, and I think when they land in the Philippines, they become more unhappy. Just because the Philippines is not the cure for unhappiness. If you're not happy where you live, or you're like an angry person, or you're not a good person where you are, the Philippines is not going to be the place where all of a sudden you're going to turn to an amazing person. If anything, what I see is with people that come here with the wrong attitude, it intensifies it. It makes it worse because that you see expats here where they do nothing but complain about the Philippines. I think most of us that are here has that. We have know someone that's like that, and what ended up happening is like you become an outcast when you're like that, because who would want to hang out with you? It's like if you're constantly barking, constantly like complaining about the Philippines, especially for people that just got here. People like JP got here, Ruben's been here a year, Gerhard, he's been in Boracay. You don't want people, you don't want to be around people that's like, this is terrible, it's dirty here. It's like they don't pick up the trash. They, complaining about the Philippines. I mean, it's almost, to me, it's like you almost have to expect the Philippines is not like your country. If you're coming from the United States, the United States is a developed country. They don't have problems there with dengue fever. They don't have like trash issues there, or even just the culture, the different culture. It's when you come to a different country, it's a lot to adjust here. Belus, hey Belus, good morning, my brother from Leyte. Raining here, Belus. It's raining. It stopped for a little bit. It stopped, but been raining here all day yesterday, flooding in some areas here, Belus. Same wolf said hi. Hello, same wolf. For me, I have just learned, especially I'm on YouTube, like I said, I deal with a lot of expats. I just know how to maneuver it with expats now. I've learned that I know what to avoid, what not to say. I'm always careful of what I say because I don't want to offend anybody. But I also know the importance of, like, if you feel something negative, because there's going to be expats here that you'll meet that are negative. You kind of want to like avoid or move yourself away from that, because that can rub, and plus, who needs the negative vibe? It's like, for me, life's too short. We all go through things in our life. It's like, I'm just trying to live my best life at this point. I'm trying to like enjoy my days. So if I feel negativity, I always kind of just move away. There's too many good people, too many good expats here that I would rather hang out with. Renz, good AM, Renz, good AM. JP, the U.S. has fentanyl fever, not tropical fever. Fentanyl fever. Same wolf, hello, how are you doing? You are so right, from Samuel Hinkle and my YouTube channel. Same Wolf21 on YouTube. All right, I like your promotion, man. Hey, go for it, man. I like how you promoted yourself there. That's kind of funny, but that's cool, man. That's all right. There is a slight drizzle in Metro Manila. Just avoid the negativity. Yes. And for me, the one thing, it's like I've had run-ins with expats. It's almost hard for me not to have run-ins with expats because there's so many, and then that's my audience. That's who I have to deal with. There's Leanna. Hey, Leanna, they're home. They're home from church. There's Leanna and Mom. Hey, Mom, what you got there? Pandesal. I thought Mom would got pandesal.
Soya milk.
Oh, you bought some soy milk. Mom bought some soy milk.
Good morning.
I subscribe to your channel. All right, thank you, Sam Wolf. Thank you for subscribing. But for me, the one thing, it's like the expats here, I've just learned, like I said, I've learned over the years, 4 years now doing YouTube, so I have a lot of experience. But one thing I noticed with a lot of expats that happens very common, expats have a tendency of like behaving badly, behaving badly, right? Saying something that they weren't thinking, like me, I'm always careful what I say because a lot of times once you say it, you can take it back. And it could be misunderstood, That's why I'm careful with what I say. But I think that's one thing about expats. I think most of us know some expats just don't have any filter, and they make a statement or maybe they have too much to drink and say something that they can't take back, and they'll apologize for it, or they'll apologize to me. It's like I've had a run-in with one that apologized to me, but the one thing with me, man, it's like I know how to avoid certain people now. So if you say something that negative wise towards me or something, I will forgive you because we all have to forgive, right? When somebody, hey bro, I'm sorry, I'm my mistake, I'll forgive. But for me, I don't forget. I don't forget. Once you, to me, in my mind, again, it's just me. Once you diss me in some way, once you were negative towards me and I didn't deserve it, I will forgive you. But I don't think our friendship's gonna be the same. And I've said that before. Actually, this one gentleman, he got upset with me because he even said that I was like Mr. What was it? I don't remember what his word was, because that's what happened. Yeah, he regretted saying something about me, and I found out from other people. Then he tried to reach out and he tried to tell me, hey Gino, I'm reaching my hand or something like that. And he said, it was my mistake, I apologize. And I told him straight up, I forgive you, but I cannot be your friend anymore. And he was still offended after that. He was offended because he thought that I was like on my high horse or something like that. But to me, that was the end of it. After that conversation, I'm no longer friends with them. It's like, so to me, my point there is be careful. Be careful with your words here. Be careful with your actions here. Your words and actions have consequences. If you act badly, don't expect people to just forgive you and everything's all cool. To me, it doesn't work like that, man. It doesn't work like that. And don't use the excuse, well, I was drunk. I had too much to drink. To me, it don't work like that, man. To me, we're too old for that stuff. That could happen in high school. But, we're like in our 50s and 60s. Come on, you can't act a fool and expect to be it's all good. Joe, life is too short to spend time around stinking thinkers and negative Neds. I know, right, Joe? Like I said, we're in the fourth quarter of our lives. It's like, why would you want to spend it with like negative people, man? Lamb Chop and Angelia, all right. They saw you. They saw. It's from JP Calibo.
Hello.
Same Wolf. Yes, I feel the same way, staying positive and happy. I do this with my YouTube channel. Same. Wolf21, having fun and faith in our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen, brother. I'm all for that, man. It's like, I already like you. What's that? Same Wolf 2133. His channel Wolf 20. I already like you. I like your vibe. I like how you approach things, man. I like your humor. Already. Ramil, that's why they say if you want to be rich, hang out with rich people. If you want to be happy, be around happy people. Birds of the same feather flock together. Amen. Amen, Ramil. And some people that I've met, it's like there's some people that reach out to me, and I can always tell, it's like there's I get like I said, I get communication from a lot of people wanting to come to the Philippines, want to move to the Philippines, and I can always sense the ones that I don't think it's a good idea for them to come here when they always lead with like the comment to me or the message to me on my email. They always kind of lead with like, this is how much money I have. I'm getting $7,000 a month. Is that enough in the Philippines? To me, when you're basing your life in money, like Ramil is saying, it's like money is not like because you have a lot of money, it's gonna make you happy. Some of the most miserable people I know is like has a lot of money. Happiness is like, for me, just me, I don't know for everybody, but for me, happiness is being surrounded by people that care and love you. That when you look at their eye, when I look at the person's eye, I can tell they want to be around me and they care for me. That to me is happiness. Money, you can stare on your money all day long and you can only spend it and buy things with money. A lot of times it won't make you happy. It's like a lot of people sometimes base their success in life based on money. I have people in my life that's like that. I have relatives in California that no longer talk to me because they're rich. They're rich. They don't understand my life here in the Philippines. They don't understand, why I gave up life in America. But I have nothing in common with them. They're so in love with their money, and I'm not like that. I'm in love with life. I'm in love with people, good people. I want that. I want that in my life. I've learned over the years, money doesn't buy happiness. Derek, he has a video reporting from Clark on Peanut. Oh yeah, I remember Rusty Barfield during the Pinatubo eruption. I'm sure it's on YouTube, right? I'm sure if I look up Rusty Barfield on YouTube, we can find old FEN, Far East Network. You're right about that's all. Same move. Pinay. Some people leave where they come from to escape problems, but they don't accept the idea that they have their own issues, and they need to reflect on why people often choose not to be around them. Thank you, Pinay. Good analysis. Good analysis because I see it. I see it all the time with people that come here to the Philippines. It's like there's always two types. There's people that they come here, they blend with they go to expat communities, they meet, and then there's people that plain out say, I don't want any expats. I don't want to hang out with any expats. And in a way now, after knowing how for some reason, I can now relate. I see that. I can understand why some people, like my good friend in Iloilo City, he's living in Iloilo City. Now he lives in Leganes. He moved away from the city to get away from expats because sometimes the expats just carry that negativity. It's hard to explain. It's like. You would think, most expats that I know here, they come here to the Philippines to retire. They're no longer working. Majority of them find a Filipina, find a partner. So to me, man, when you're in your 60s and 70s and you're in the fourth quarter of your life, you're not working, you're blessed to have a Filipina partner. What else is there? It's like, what else is there that's aggravating you? It's like, maybe some people just can't become happy, maybe. Belus, Leyte, slight overcast with some light rain, 20%. Good weather. Yeah, I'm thinking after today, hopefully we'll see more sunshine here in Aklan. Yesterday was all rain. Today's cloudy again, rain. But I'm thinking once the sunshine comes, it's going to be days and days of sunshine. Because we're almost at summer. 1 March is the signal of summer here in the Philippines. Expats are spoiled. Yeah, maybe that could be it too, right? Because expats are spoiled, I actually think, it's like there's not all because I know my military brothers that's come here, my veterans, my military brothers that's here in the Philippines. One thing I know about military veterans, we're not soft. We're not soft, we embrace the suck. We know what sucking means, like being in an environment where it's terrible, and we embrace it. The people that I see that struggle here are the ones that are kind of soft or spoiled, come from rich areas in the US or whatever, used to like, ooh, they don't have hot water, I can't live there. Those kind of those kind of people. We have those here, unfortunately. But I know my military brothers, though. I mean, we thrive. A lot of us military veterans, we thrive here in the Philippines because we've been assigned before. We got stationed. We lived in like harsh conditions. So the Philippines to us is easy. It's the people that's never experienced that. There's people that never lived the United States, so they think everything is like the United States. So when they come to a developing country and they see people peeing on the wall, they see cockroaches, they see mosquitoes, they see flies everywhere, and they're going like, I need to get out of here. It's like this isn't for me. But for us that been around the world, we've seen it everywhere. We've been to Southeast Asia, we've been to the Middle East, we've been around the world, and there's poverty pretty much anywhere you go in the world. It's like even developed countries have poverty, homelessness. One must distance yourself from the bad and engage in the goodness of the people. Thank you, Balus. And me, I've learned that. It's like maybe I've lost people that way because, like I said, I'm quick to decide. Maybe not good on my part to judge like that, but it's kept my life easy, kept my life peaceful. It's like it don't take much, if I can sense something's not quite right with the individual, and I just I don't like say anything bad. I don't make comments about the person, but I just kind of like the person's not for me. It's like I can't see a friendship with the person because unfortunately there's some toxic people. There's some toxic people in this world, and why would you want that? Not in retirement, not in the best years of your life. You don't want toxic people in your life. Amen. Same will. Belus. Pinay, love the new video. Salute. All right, I'll have to check it out now. I got to check it out, Pinay. I got to look for that video now. You're right. You just got to live your life happy and not base your life on success. Fortune, good, my brother, Fortune from Bacoor in Cavite. Good AM, Gino fam and the Panay Pasi. All right. Came from Mass. Yeah, Mom and Liana just came home from church also. Fortune. JP, people undervalue farm fresh produce, especially tropical fruit. Not me, man. That's one of the things I enjoy here, JP. Like right now, the mangosteen, man, the mangosteen is awesome, man. I can't get it. Mangosteen, for people that don't know, it's kind of like a purple round fruit. You open it and there's like a seed inside, but you eat the meat around the seed. Man, they're like amazing. I guess it's season right now for mangosteen. Lanzones is similar. There's just so many tropical fruits there that they're almost kind of like eating like potato chips. Once you start eating, you can't stop. You can't stop from eating them. And of course, mangoes are available here throughout the year. There's not a time of the year where you can't find fresh mangoes here. JP, welcome, Master Yoda, Fortune. Good AM, Emilio, Kevin, Lucita, Ray, PBT. Ramil, Pursuit of Happiness, the movie. You got a dream, you gotta protect it. All right, I like that. I don't remember that quote from the movie, but thank you, Ramil. You gotta protect it. It is, right? It's like for me, I've found it. I've found the life that I wanted. I'm completely content. I'm just living out the rest of my days of course I would want to protect that. That's why I'm careful even with our YouTube channel, even with Dazzle, Leanna, and Mom. You see, I'll include them on some videos, but Dazzle, I'm very protective of Dazzle. That's why people ask me, how come Dazzle's not on the live stream? How come Dazzle, she should be more on the videos? I mean, I would love her. I would love it that she's more in the video, but I have to protect her, because there's just people that are that are terrible. It's like when Dazzle's on the live stream, when they make her feel bad, and I don't want that. I don't want that for Dazzle. Yeah, it's not worth it for us. It's, there's no money for us on YouTube. I'm not making a lot of money on YouTube, so for me to subject Dazzle to that. Not worth it for us. For me, I'm at YouTube because I think I have a voice where I can help people. I know I get messages from people all the time. Hey brother, keep doing what you're doing, man. You got the message. You have a good message. You're helping people, and I like that. It's giving me a purpose. Pinay, hi Belu's, thank you so much. My husband really enjoys watching you. He told me he likes your point of view and sees own views reflected in yours. All right, amen. Belisa, man, he's my brother in Leyte, man. Belis, he makes me laugh, because Belis is like, sometimes Belis has no filter, but I like it because you know what? Belis is genuine. What he says comes from his heart. Maybe sometimes he might slip and say the wrong thing, but I'm not gonna be mad at somebody that's genuine. I'd rather have a person like that than somebody that's fake. That somebody like acts like really nice to you, really like your friend, and stabbing you in the back. Stabbing you in the back, man. Good AM, Joe Vaughn from Fortune. Congrats, Vaughn and fam. I know, right? May 23rd, man. That's awesome, Vaughn. Can't wait for you. Hopefully we can connect. Hopefully in Iloilo somehow there's a chance for me to meet you in Iloilo, or maybe if you go to Boracay or Calibo. We're not far from Iloilo. If you make a trip to, or maybe meet up in Rojas City somehow. I know you probably want to check out that Philippines life, Michael, and he should still be there, because his lease on his beach house won't end till June, so May he's still in his house there. Hi, Kuya Fortune, Pinay Heart. Good AM, Ruben and Derek from Fortune. Good AM, Belus, Renz, Pinay Heart. Hey, OB, Olsen, Aliyah, and my good buddy Isaiah from Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning, brother and friends. Hope you're having a great weekend. It's been raining, so we pretty much just stayed home. What's for lunch, Mom? Did you want to go to the public market? Yeah, okay. Mom wants to go to the public market, so we can come up with lunch. After this live stream, we'll head to the public market and see what they got. See what they got at the public. The public market from our house is only like not even 1 kilometer. Dazzle have actually walked to the public market before, but we'll take Bumblebee. I'll shop for some fruits. We're out of bananas, mango. We're out of mango, and then we'll find something to cook for lunch today. So that will be our day, pretty much, just like cooking lunch later. Good AM, OB, JP, Master Yoda. I have been back home for a few days. Eden is home seeing her family and will be back today. All right, JP. Happy Sunday, Fortune from OB. I am not soft. I eat balut. You're not soft, you eat balut. You're stronger than me, man. I don't eat balut, man. So, but I hope, you know what I mean, right, Vaughn? Like military guys, that's one thing we're not. We're not soft. We don't go, oh, yuck. We don't do that easy, Nothing shocks us easily, in the military. I mean, during our military days, we've seen some pretty gross stuff, so. Life is good when you are happy. Just stay positive and have faith in our Lord Jesus. Amen. Amen, brother. Fortune. Nice, JP. May I know which town is Eden from? Thanks. Wondering why Panay got the reins when Basyang is now just an LPA. Yeah, I wondered the same thing, Fortune. When I was tracking Typhoon Basyang, it was in Mindanao, then we went to Cebu. And then it was supposed to, like, by the time it hit Panay Island, it wasn't even like a tropical depression. It weakened. But I think what happened is like the shear line, whatever that shear line is, that's what caused all the rain here. And the thing here in Panay Island, it doesn't have to be a typhoon to like rain a lot here in Aklan province. There's just days where during the rainy season that no typhoon in the Philippines, but we get so much rain that it floods here. And that's what yesterday was. Many areas of Aklan province flooded yesterday. Banga, Malinaw, Calibo, Numancia, Nabas, so many places in Aklan province flooded yesterday. But it's gone. I mean, it'll flood. You can't pass some roads, but a couple of hours and then it's gone. It's not like when you say flood, it floods for days or 24 hours. It doesn't even last a few hours when it floods here. It's just LPA and Palawan already. Mike S. Casway had sunshine. Or I saw that. Iligan got hit hard. Praying for them there, for sure. Mindanao, actually, they don't get many typhoons in Mindanao. I think they were talking about Sendong or something like that a few years ago, right? They don't get many of the type. Mindanao, out of the 18 to 20 typhoons that hit the Philippines, Mindanao might get hit once or twice a year. So they don't get many. But unfortunately, when they do get hit, and then this one had a lot of rain with it, there's a lot of flooding involved with that. Their lives that are the problem. Their lives are a problem. I do the 6:30 first mass, so only a few. Just a low mass, not a high mass, where they sing all the time. All right, Fortune. The 1 hour mass becomes 1.5 hours. JP Calibo, when people in my life step up for me, when I need help or guidance, I will always remember those. Thank you, Gino. You're welcome, my brother. We're the same, JP. We're the same. Like me, I don't forget, man. I don't forget people that step up for my life. When I went through my cancer treatments, when I started March of 2023 until June of 4 months, I had 12 chemo treatments, 33 radiation treatments in Iloilo City. I remember every single person that reached out to me and every single person that helped me. And I won't, in the Philippines, we have this thing in the Philippines. It's in the Filipino culture. We call it utang na loob. And what utang na loob is, it's really not like I'll owe you the rest of my life. But it's nothing like that. For me, what utang na loob means to me is like in my time of need or in a hard, difficult time in my life, you were there for me. So when it's my turn, I will be there for you. And I've always lived my life like that. That's why me, it's like when I help people, I don't expect anything back. I've never charged anybody. I've never charged anybody money. I just want to help somebody because it's my way of giving back. Because when I went through my difficult time, when I went through my cancer treatments, there were many people stepped up for me. Many people that I couldn't afford my treatments. I had insurance. I had medical insurance, TRICARE, but they would send me money. Not that I asked for money, but it helped me. It helped Dazzle and I because we were maintaining this house. We hired somebody to watch our dogs that were here in our house. We had to get a condominium in Iloilo for 4 months. We had the Uptown Place condominium. And during that time, we were ordering food for Dazzle. I couldn't eat much, but Dazzle, most of the time we were ordering Grab food. And I don't forget the people that, man, people would send me boxes of like Insure Plus because they knew I was taking Insure. That's all I could take. People were sending money. People were sending me help, encouragement. I don't forget, man. I'm the same way as you, JP. I don't forget the people that helped me. Norm, Marissa, hi Gino and everyone. Fortune, nice JP, Jokano, hi Fortune. Pinay Heart, hi Norm, Marissa, all right. From Samar, right? For night, Norm. Hi Pinay, Fortune, Joe, Maggie is home. We're hosting lunch 30 today. Wow, 30 people. That's a lot of people, man. A lot of people you're hosting, celebrating. Oh, happy birthday, Chi. Happy birthday, Chi. 54th birthday. Awesome. Last Wednesday, Maggie, I will watch UAP soccer semis live 7. UP versus De La Salle University. All right. Good luck. Good luck, Fortune. Good luck to UP. My first mangosteen, I didn't know how to open and eat it. I messed it up and tried to cut it in half. And then the fruit was overripe. All right. I mean, it takes time. First time I saw it, it was like, okay, how do you eat this thing? Same thing. You remove the top, and then it's easier to open, and then you get the seed, and then you like eat around the seed. Same wolf. Say hello to your family. May God bless you. And thank you, my brother. Thank you for that. God bless, my brother. Pinay Heart, hi, same wolf. James was talking politics yesterday. I think that's just James is one of my brothers. James and Karen's adventure. I just love him. James is, to me, that's another thing. James is genuine, man. It's like, what you see in James is what you get, and I love that about James. He's a real guy. He's a genuine person. But that's one thing, James gets into politics, but we're still friends. Me and James are still friends because we don't argue politics. I'm not that guy, I'm not, I respect everybody's politics. I don't take any sides, to me, everybody is entitled to whatever they want to believe. It's like I have my own beliefs, but I just keep them to myself. It's like it's not that important to me. Politics to me is not that important anymore. What's important to me is my health, my family, and God. Those are the three things that are important. Politics is a distant. It's like way back there. Not important to me who wins, who loses, who whatever. It's like. Joke on, and I know how it is with people in politics. I don't understand it. I don't understand the psychology of politics because how there's two sides all the time, right? Politics, and one is trying to convince the other side like, oh, you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong, and then it's not like they're gonna change their minds. It's just like gets them all tense and gets them all angry, So to me, that's why for me. I don't waste my time on politics. Joe Fortune, I miss the big family get-togethers our family used to have before my parents died. How is Maggie enjoying her classes? You won't have that problem here, Joe. Here in the Philippines, all gatherings here are a lot of people. It's like anytime there's a party here, there's just a lot of people. If I get invited to a party here in the Philippines, it's not like in the U.S. When you get invited to a party in the U.S., a lot of times it's just you or maybe a +1, right? You get invited and you bring yourself or a +1, a date to a party. Here in the Philippines, I can bring 5-6 people with me and they're all welcome to the party. The more, the merrier. So, there's always enough space. They'll make space. If the party run out of like tables and chairs, they'll push it outside the house, the garage, and nobody is turned away. And it's not a bad thing to just show up. Like, who is this guy you brought? Not a bad thing here. Everybody's welcome here. We love watching James and Karen too. Me and my husband enjoy listening to me too, man. I'll watch all their videos. You know, you see me commenting. I haven't watched a lot of their live streams lately because of just the timing, and I've been sick. You know, I'm still getting over the super flu, whatever this thing that I caught. So I'm just resting a lot more. Yes, I also watched That's Philippine Life and James and Karen's event. All right, same will. Joe, I picked her up Friday together with a boyfriend and another classmate. I'm just listening to their convo the past week. They will start long exams in 2 weeks' time. JP had mangosteen and other fruits and vegetables popular in the Philippines when I was in Hawaii. Looking forward to enjoying them again all the time. Lowell, do you purchase meat? No, Lowell. I do not purchase meat. I do not purchase beef, pork, or chicken at the public market. If we want to purchase that, we purchase it at Save More or SM Cherry. The one in the public market, you know, I used to work in the hospital, public health. I understand public health. They just don't have any precautions. Precautions, man. You know, it's like the chicken, the pork, they just kind of lay on tables. You know, there's not the most hygienic thing. We prefer buying that at the grocery in Calibo, frozen, refrigerated, and all that. Mostly when we go to the public market, we buy seafood because that's always fresh. It's the thing, I don't understand. With seafood, it's either alive or they ice it. The shrimp, you know, crab, fish, they'll ice it. It's well taken care of. But like pork and chicken, you know, the beef, they'll hang from the hooks, the beef. So they're just hanging. And it's not refrigerated. The public market is not refrigerated. But the chickens, you know, that's the one that scares me the most in the public market. It's the chicken. Because you know, salmonella, chicken, and there's just guys carrying like, you know, the leg quarters, whatever, in big plastic. The bag's leaking on the guy. They'll dump it on the table. There's juices. I mean, it's just not appetizing. You know, it's like for me, man, I don't know if I want to eat that. You know, it's like buying at the public market. How cheaper is them? And that it's not big difference. You know, I think people are just used to buying at the public market. A lot of times, SM Cherry, their dressed chicken is better price than the public market because think about it, Lowell, the SM Cherry, Save More, they have suppliers, big bulk. You know, at the public market, you know, what they sell there is usually some guy's chicken in the back of their house. You know, it's somebody's chicken that they just killed this morning and then dressed it and then put it in the public market. So it's not a big difference. Not a big difference. If anything, I know like the ground beef that I buy at SM Cherries, amazing. You know, 90% lean, only 10% fat on the ground beef. But the fish and seafood, they don't even sell. Fish and seafood, they'll have it at SM Cherry or Save More, but they can't compete with the public market because there's so much seafood at the public market. That's what you want to buy at the public market is seafood. Included in our guests later are uncle and aunt, home from Los Angeles and Las Vegas. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Have fun, Fortune. That should be a fun day. Eden lives half an hour out of Dumarao. Dumarao is in Capiz. Dumarao right after Altabas in Aklan, the border. Once you cross over from Aklan province to Capiz province, Dumarao, I say, is another 30 minutes. I pass it every time we go to Iloilo. We always pass Dumarao in Capiz. Good AM, Lowell. All right, Lowell. Morning, GP and Fortune. God bless, Lowell. Hey, Lowell, Fortune. Oh, Dumarao, Capiz. That's the birthplace of my father. Oh, wow. Wow. Small world, Fortune. JP, have you seen the famous church bell in Panay Capiz? You know what? I don't think I've seen that one, man. I'll have to look that up, Fortune. I'll have to look at that up. Famous. I've seen a lot of church bells, you know. I've seen a lot of church bells, but I don't know if it's the same famous one that you're mentioning. Panay Capiz. My friend, I will be back. My great nieces want me to make some chili. All right, all right. Same wolf. Take care, my friend. Eden bought shrimp from the public market and cooked it for me. Delicious and did not make me sick. I had American Imodium and PI Imodium ready to fight back, but did not need it. Yeah, because a lot of times the shrimp that you buy, JP, a lot of times they're still jumping. You know, it's like when I go to the public market in Numancia, when you get the shrimp, they're still jumping. They're like moving around on the table or on the container when you buy the shrimp here. They're still alive a lot of times when you buy shrimp. Fortune. And that's the thing with Filipinos. That's why at the public market, people like getting there like at sunrise at 6 a.m. They like getting to the public market because that's when they usually deliver like at 5 a.m. the delivery from fishermen, from people coming in on their boats. When they deliver it, like squid, crab, shrimp, fish, when they're laying it out at the public market, most of them are still alive. You know, most of them are still alive. So you can't get any fresher than that, than things that are still moving. Southern Cal, Benny, debt of gratitude. Yes, utang na loob. Yeah, that is big in the Filipino culture. You know, some people say, you know, it goes overboard sometimes, but not to me. You know, to me, I've carried that throughout my life. People that treated me well has earned my respect, and I might not owe them like monetary wise to help them monetary wise, but if they ever need help from me, you know, it's like I don't forget people that's been good to me, and I also don't forget people that's been bad to me. You know, it's like I avoid those people. Happy Sunday, Southern Cal Benny. Good AM, Southern Cal Benny from Fortune. Fortune, I may have, but have not been looking for it. I will make a note. All right, JPO. Let me know about that Panay in Capiz, the church bell. Smash the like, Derek. All right, thank you, Derek. Hey, Michael C, another person that's going to be here soon in Boracay Island. Michael C, my brother in Trece Martires. I think he's going to spend Valentine's in Boracay Island. The Dazzle TV crew, the whole Dazzle TV crew. JP, so her home is almost to Pasig on the way to Iloilo City. Yeah, that's Dumarao, and then Pasig actually... Dumarao is part of Capiz. Pasig is already part of Iloilo, but not very far. Those are the cities. I go through Dumarao, next thing I know, I'm in Pasig City. It's actually called Pasig City because I've seen the sign. They have a city mall, Pasig City Mall in along the National Highway there. That's correct, Joe. Dumarao is at the border of Iloilo and Capiz. It's more up in the hills. The home is in the middle of farmland with all kinds of fruits and veggies. And that's the thing, man. Here in Panay Island, that's what's so awesome about Panay Island. Aklan Province, Capiz Province, Iloilo Province, Antique Province, man. We got so many fruits and vegetables here. You can't go anywhere here where if you're along the National Highway here, you're going to see fruit stands. You're going to see vegetable stands. Anywhere you pretty much are. You know, I'm sure JP's noticed that when he's like on Blue Arrow on his motorbike. There's so many places where you can just pull in and get fresh fruit and fresh vegetables here. we are not short when it comes to produce here in Panay Island. Rusty Barfield was a master sergeant. He was at the Pentagon, Channel 2005. All right, all right. He was just popular, man. I remember my 3 years assigned at Clark, man. Rusty Barfield was old. I actually, when I run into him, part of the hospital. Sometimes, we respond. I drove an ambulance. I even drove the ambulance bus at Clark. And part of the time when we were responding, of course, the media's there. And I would always see him, man. He was a local celebrity in the Philippines. JP, how do you plan food if you don't know how many are coming to the party? Oh, that's not a problem, man. JP, Filipinos, they always over prepare. It's like I have not attended a party here in the Philippines where they run out of food. There's always an excess of food. Because the one thing about Filipinos, they'll cook excess, right? A lot of the people attending the party, right? Like me, if I get invited, like us, when we went to Joel, right? When we went to Joel during Fiesta, I brought you, Mel. I can bring anybody that I want to and they're not going to run out of food. If anything, a lot of Filipinos always overcook food because it's also expected when it's in the province anyway. I don't know in Manila. I know they're maybe stricter in Manila. In the province, it's almost expected that not only do you attend the party to eat at the party, but there's also takeout. There's also takeout. It's not wrong to take home some of the party food. And I've gone to several parties here where there's always you already ate a lot of the party and then you're bringing home some lumpia and pancit with you in a plastic bag. Hey, some people even bring their own Tupperware because they're ready to, they don't want to, burden the people that has a party to provide the Tupperware. I've seen people walk in with Tupperware to a party because not only will they eat, but they'll also take home some of that party food, man. I've never seen a Filipino party here where they ran out of food. It's always overabundance of food. GP, it sounds like she grew up in paradise, the Garden of Eden. Too many flies. Oh yeah, if flies bother you, that's hard to avoid here in the Philippines. Public market, so many flies at the public market. Here we have screens on all our windows, sliding screens. So when I open my window, I have a sliding screen. When I open the door, we got a screen door on both doors. So we don't have flies or mosquitoes in our house, but there's flies outside. It's when I walk in outside, when I'm walking in the community, there's flies. Philippines just got a lot of flies. It's if flies bother you, man, they will drive you nuts here. It's hard to find a restaurant here in the Philippines. It doesn't matter if the restaurant's in the city, province. It's hard to find a restaurant where they don't have flies here. Flies are just everywhere here. JP, the plan for double the people they think will come. So hopefully there's plenty to send home with people. From what I've seen, oh yeah, it's so common, Joe Cano, that when it's time to leave a party, everybody's carrying a to-go plastic or something. People come up with ways to pack or a foil, aluminum foil. They'll just pack food on aluminum. Everybody's leaving the party with food. Buying meat from the public market prepares you for the apocalypse. Yeah. And I know, JP, you're smart enough not to buy the meat at the public market, man. I'm sure if you've seen it, it could be scary at first sight. If you've never seen it, if you go to a public market, especially Calibo, as big as Calibo, man, there are just mountains of dressed chicken, right? Dressed chicken, mountains of it. And the chicken just lays there, no eyes. Oh man, salmonella poisoning. Oh, come on, man. It's like pork, the same thing. Pork, there's flies on it, flies on the chicken, flies on the pork. How can that be appetizing for you to eat? That's why I don't buy it. We don't buy it from the public market. Maybe we're like picky, but for me, it's more like a public health issue for me. I don't want us to get sick. I don't. They just don't have the standards like at the public market. There is no FDA checking for like bacteria or checking for standards of the public market here. That's funny. Preparing you for the apocalypse, JP. JP, the plan for double the people they think will come. Seen the videos. Haha, JP Kalibo, that's great. OB, I saw a vlogger compare the supermarket and Palenque prices. We're very good. That's what I said, man. The meat prices, like the Magnolia dressed chicken that I buy at SM Cherry. Magnolia is a famous company here, and you can see it, man. It's like wrapped in plastic, Magnolia label. It's sitting on ice in a refrigerated case. That same Magnolia chicken is about the same price that I'm paying at the public market. So, that's an easy choice for me to stick with Magnolia. I haven't been food poisoned with the Magnolia chicken at the grocery store. Public open markets in the Philippines are part of the adventure in the Philippines. It is. It is part of the adventure, but also you got to be careful, right? It's like your health still is the priority. And trust me, you don't want to get sick in the Philippines. An upset stomach or like if you get diarrhea, if you got to go to the bathroom, especially in public, it's like that's the worst feeling here in the Philippines. Pretty much if you get sick, food poisoning, diarrhea, you stay home the whole time because there's not many public restrooms here. And if there are, it's not going to be clean. It's going to be like a disaster looking. You're not going to be, you got to go, but still, man. Not a good feeling. Always protect yourself when it comes to like food that you're eating here. Be careful what you eat here. Need a shirt. I ate baboy from the wet market and lived to tell. Tell the tale. OB, it's good to know that you still get a great deal anywhere you go. Yeah, you won't have a problem, OB. It's like the areas you're looking at, if you consider Clark area, a lot of those areas are well developed here in the Philippines already. I mean, Clark City, it's like one of the best places to live in the Philippines. Modern condominiums, modern homes, malls, modern groceries. I'm back, my friend. That's all. May our Lord bless everyone. Subscribe. All right, thank you there, Same Wolf. GP, Michael C. Eden and I will be on Boracay next weekend too. All right, next weekend. Let me see. I think if I'm correct, they were gonna be there for Valentine's Day. Let me see. When is Valentine's Day? I gotta look. So it looks like Valentine's Day Saturday. Yeah, so the weekend. All right. Very nice. My father family is from Iloilo City, but the reason he was born in Dumarao, that was in 1942, and that's where they hid from the Japanese. Oh, okay. Right, Joe. The excess food, share. Yep, share. Hey, JP, we might bump yeah, for sure. If you guys are both in Boracay is so small, I'm sure you'll bump into each other. Looks like a meetup opportunity. There you go. Meetup opportunity. For good AM, Michael C. JP, Fortune, my respect for you and your family grows every time I see you chat. All right. Fortune, thanks, JP. Michael C. Good morning, Fortune. I'm from Cherryville, Missouri, in the countryside with all the farms with cows and horses. All right. You're from James's neck of the woods, Missouri. From James's neck of the woods. Fortune, we ask our guests what they want to bring home. Food and stories make Pinoy party happy. Yeah, most Filipino parties, it's almost expected that you're taking something home, right? I can't remember the last time I went to a Filipino party where they didn't send us something home from the party, lumpia, pancit, lechon, it's like, so, or desserts, at least desserts. They'll send you home some desserts. I forgot to add, Jake, I bought frozen shrimp from Gaisano Grand for about the same weight and price. And it didn't make me sick either. All right, all right. I can see that. Seafood, we never buy seafood at the Grand Gaisano because Dazzle's particular about seafood. She doesn't like frozen. She says any frozen seafood tastes different, the texture. And they like going to the public market to get fresh seafood. So it's funny how seafood we don't buy at the Grand Gaisano or the grocery we buy at public market. Meat we buy at Grand Gaisano or the grocery, and we don't buy meat at the public market. That's just and it's made us safe. We haven't been, I can't remember the last time any of us has gotten sick with the food. Meat I buy at SM supermarket once a month. Fish and veggies just in the market. Yeah, same with us. Same dynamic with us, Fortune. Joe Cano. So Gino, are you saying maybe I should look at moving to Clark in the Philippines since it's named after my family? My real name, hey, Gary Clark. Well, I know one thing, inside where the military used to be, Clark Air Base, it's now called Clark City. It's a good community, it's like, I would live there, if I had the opportunity, there's good housing, good, not just condos, but housing, where the military used to house us, like enlisted housing, officer housing. There's even apartments that they built in that area. And inside that Clark, where the base used to be, you're almost like in a bubble. You're almost kind of like the roads are very wide. There's traffic lights. There's police. There's the old parade grounds. It's a running track. You can ride your bicycle everywhere on the base. Nice bike lanes. There's a mall, SM City Clark. There's casinos even. There's hotels like the Marriott Hotel. It's just a big area now. Where Clark golf course. If you're into golf, there's a water park. There's a zoo inside. I mean, they got everything. That's why they call it Clark City inside now. They're actually building a railroad to connect it to Manila. So if you're flying into Manila one day when the railroad is finished, you can ride the railroad from Manila International Airport to Clark Airport. So not a bad area to live. Not a bad area to live, yeah. In the hospital, you got Medical City Clark right there, TRICARE preferred facility, one of the best hospitals around. Even Angeles City's got good hospitals, Angeles University Hospital, so inside where Clark used to be, it's really nice. Now, I can't say once you get outside the old base, because the one thing about Angeles City, the traffic, man. Once you get outside that base, the minute you hit Balibago area, Dau area, downtown Angeles City, intense traffic. And you got to be careful in that area because as far as crime, it's always been known. It's always been known here in the Philippines as a high crime area because the red light district is there, the walking street. You got prostitution going on, you got drug activity. So, what comes with that, right? Usually crime comes with that. But inside Clark, that's a nice bubble, man. You can like rent a home, rent a condo, and never have to leave inside of Clark because everything's there. They got Starbucks, they got Burger King, they got Korean restaurant, Chinese restaurant. You never have to leave. It's kind of like a bubble inside where Clark Air Base used to be, the whole area. And Clark Air Base is the largest military facility outside the United States. There's not a bigger base. So if you can imagine how big that base is, they turned it into a city. International airport, Clark International, everything's there. The only thing they don't have is a beach. They don't have a beach or a lake even, throw in an artificial lake and you're all set, man. But water is what they don't have at Clark City. Hi, LOL Joe, you own it. Or Hapa, hello, Hapa. I think I saw you at Belusa's live stream yesterday, Hapa. JP Calipo, I finally go over the sheriff, putting my fishing to shame. At Laola's Fish Farm. They want to go again, JP. I know Dazzle and Mom yesterday, they wanted to go yesterday, but it was raining so hard yesterday. Right now it's not raining, but I don't know if all of a sudden when Dazzle wakes up, she wants to go fishing today. I saw that new Clark City train to Laguna. Yeah, right? Once that train is complete, man, that's awesome, man. I wouldn't mind riding a train, man. Avoid all the traffic, right? Instead of the North Luzon Expressway, instead of the South Expressway, going through like the Skyway. I would rather ride a train. You can just be chilling, man. You can just be chilling on a train, man. JP, are you going fishing again soon? Maybe go when Dazzle isn't there so you can claim any amount of fish you want. I'll have to find out, Joken. I know Mom and Dazzles, they're eager to go fishing. I know they want to go fishing. They haven't gone fishing now for like at least 3 weeks, man. That's like a long time for them to not. We don't have fish. We don't have fish in the freezer, man. My friend Dazzle, may I ask you a question about being in a relationship with a Filipina? Sure, I've been in a relationship now. Like I said, Dazzle and I, come April, we'll be married 10 years. And we're the age gap. We're like the age gap. I'm 59, Dazzle's 30. So we have a 29-year age gap. So you can ask me about, I think we hit a lot of the box, like common here as far as the age gap. And like Dazzle always tells me, I'm more really American than I am Filipino. I have more American friends. I have more expat friends than Filipino friends. OB, there's a Texas Roadhouse at Clark, I heard. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Thank you, Olson. It must have just opened at Clark, man. I wouldn't mind hitting up Texas Roadhouse the next time I'm in Clark. Like I said, they got everything there, man. And so what's so nice is like, because it used to be an American military base, the streets are wide, no problem parking, no problem. They have events where the old parade grounds used to be. They got like a hot air balloon events. They got soccer, if you're like a soccer player. If your kids is a soccer player, they got tournaments at the parade ground there. I've filmed it before, so that's why I know. And like I said, they have like a water park with like American style water slides and wave pool. They got a zoo that's like the animals are like allowed to roam. They're not in cages. They're like they built it where you can see like a tiger, you can see like a lion walking around. They're not in a cage. They're not in a cage. It's awesome. I have a video of it. If anybody wants to look at some of our Clark videos, I have a playlist of like Clark or Angeles City. Michael, we will be at Diamond Water Edge Resort. Yep. He will be. Diamond Edge is on Station 1. I can't remember where Michael is staying. I'm thinking he was staying at Estacio Uno but I think Michael's staying at Station 1 too, JP. So you guys will be close to each other. not far. And you'll run into each other at D Mall. When the last time Michael C was in Boracay, we ran into each other at D Mall. Boracay is not that big, you know. That's beachfront JP, nice. I know. More likely JP will have a view of the ocean from his room, man. Pinay Heart, is Clark Base bigger than Okinawa? Yes. Clark Air Base was the largest military base outside of the United States. The deal breaker for living in Clark is it is city, and I'm a country bumpkin. No desire to live in the city and deal with the city issues if I can avoid it. I get it, Joe. You know, it's like that's why you're looking at Aklan province, right? That's why you're looking at. I can't blame you. Definitely a big difference between living in Angeles City or Clark City compared to Aklan province. Night and day. You know, just the amount of people, the congestion, the traffic. It could be overwhelming. If you're used to like small town living, definitely Aklan province. Do you know if pinto beans is, yes, I've seen pinto beans, red beans, pinto beans, all kinds, black beans, I've seen available at SNR. But remember, Pinay Heart, with SNR, it's not always available. It's not, the one thing about SNR, they don't stock the same item. Like if you buy an item at SNR, once that stock runs out, they don't refurbish it. It might be a different item that replaces it. It's not like Costco, where if you're used to buying pinto beans, you can count on it that there's pinto beans, the exact same brand every time. Like I've gone to, I like refried beans, and I've gone to SNR in Iloilo where no refried beans, no refried beans. So I just know that when it's available, I look at the expiration. If it's 2-3 years away from expiration, I'll buy a few of them. That way I'm stocked up. JP, I have not been fishing since between balut trauma and getting spanked fishing. Good thing I survived. Good thing you survived, JP. Hi, Samuel. I am Filipina. What is that you are curious about? Can you buy at the military commissary there if you have base access? Military commissary. Can you buy? In the Philippines, there's no longer a military commissary. There's not a United States military commissary base, anything in the Philippines. Pinay Heart. Right now, there's 9 Filipino bases that Americans are staying, but all the American military that are stationed, they're not stationed. I might get in trouble with that word. They're temporary duty here in the Philippines. They rotate troops here. There's not a permanent party American soldier in the Philippines. That's an important piece because they don't want a United States military base in the Philippines. They welcome American troops here, and Navy, Army, Air Force, they rotate. They rotate people here on temporary duty. But there's not a military commissary of any kind, a United States military commissary in the Philippines. No BX, no commissary, no shopette of any kind in the Philippines. I tried to get the resort you recommended, but that was too slow and they sold out. Oh, okay, all right. No word. Oh yeah, Fortune was Fair Race and Blue Water. Fortune, yeah. I also recommended that to JP when you mentioned it, Fortune, but it's sold out. It's sold out. Yeah, it's summertime. When is summertime, man? When it's this time of the year, Boracay's busy. You're gonna be going at a busy time, especially Valentine's weekend. It's gonna be packed in Boracay for Valentine's. Hey, Gavin B. All right, my good friend in Brisbane, Australia. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a while that I've seen your name. What's up, Gina? Apologies. Hey, no worries, man. I remember you though, man, Gavin P. Hey, man, Gavin P. is one of. I remember you, brother. That's why I said I don't forget people. Gavin P., you were there with me, man, when I was going through my cancer treatments. I don't forget, man. I remember good people. I also remember bad people, but hopefully they're gone. No, hopefully they're gone from my life. But I don't forget, brother. You know, thank you, thank you. Life has been well. Life has been. I cannot complain, man. You know, it's like cancer hasn't been back. I'm going on 3 year, almost 3 year now, cancer free. So life is good. Life is good, brother. Same. I've been going out with my Filipina girlfriend for 8 months, and me and her were do good together. But now she said she do not understand my American English language, and she's been using translation. All right, so I'm thinking LDR. I'm thinking you are LDR. Same wolf. Very common, actually, especially if you're in an LDR relationship. A lot of times, more likely you're texting, right? You're texting each other, emailing, and it's easier for the Filipina to respond to you, like when you're texting or messaging, because you can take time, you can autocorrect or make sure you're good. It's harder when it's actually conversation English with Filipinas. A lot of times, especially Filipinas here in the Philippines, they are shy about their English. You've got to like slow down. Like if you're an American, you speak fast English, you gotta slow down and don't use jargon or slang. You know, it's like try to simplify, especially your vocabulary. Limit the vocabulary. If you're like a vocabulary, I know people that are like, even when I talk to people, you know, I'm not offended when somebody uses like words that I don't know. I just ask them, I never heard of that word. What is that? You know, and they explain it to me, you know, but use the most simple English as possible and talk slow, talk slow. That's actually very common for like long distance relationships. A lot of times when the American shows up here in the Philippines, they realize that, you know, we communicated well when I was back in the U.S., but now when you're face to face, they're having a hard time communicating. I know a friend of mine that's been married 2 years and they still have a hard time understanding each other. You know, it is what it is, because like when you're texting and messaging, it's different than when you're talking, you know. Pinay heart. Thank you, Kuya Gino. My husband was happy when you said that. Just to make sure of our day, dried beans. Yes, dried beans. They got it. Next time I go to SNR in Iloilo, I will film the dry bean section. Their bags are like dry beans. And I've seen different types. Like I said, they're not consistent or which is of it, because I like red beans and rice. So I'm always like in that department, the dry bean section. And they come in plastic bag, sometimes Kirkland brand, sometimes generic brand, you know. JP, I am still looking for corn flour masa to make tamales. Yeah, that might be hard to find like corn masa in Calibo, JP. Maybe our best bet is finding it in SNR or whatever corn it is. You know, maybe find out whatever corn they use to make masa and have them grind it here at the public market. I don't know. Because not many people make like Mexican tamales here. That's the thing. It's not a ingredient that's that they have here. So your best bet probably is SNR. And I'll look for it. The next time I go to SNR, I gotta look for dried beans and I gotta look for masa, corn flour. Shekel fan. The French vanilla in 7-Eleven ASU is bitter, unlike any other 7-Eleven store. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried the one at ASU. It could be just a mixture. I've never had a bitter one. The one that I have here at the sometimes it's thicker. That's one thing I've noticed. Sometimes the brewed coffee, the 7-Eleven brewed coffee, French vanilla that I like, sometimes it's like thicker than usual. I don't know, maybe I've gotten to the bottom of it. I don't know how that machine makes it. But I haven't tried the 7-Eleven at ASU. Same wolf. It's okay because she may not be exposed enough to people that speaks English. Even though I have been married with my husband for 18 years, we still have language barrier, but we work out. Yeah, right. Like I said, I have a friend here. They've been married 2 years. And I know they have communication issues because my friend always asks me, I don't know how to, she don't understand me, bro. And I'm like, dude, just be patient. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's easier texting LDR, but once you're living together, once you get married, of course, then you'll see like the, definitely, the sarcasm. If you're a sarcastic person, give that up. Filipinas don't like that. If you're don't make faces that make a sarcastic, or Filipinos don't like that. Trust me, sarcasm will not work great with a Filipina. Next thing they're gonna do tampo on you and they won't talk to you at all. What do you think I should do about me and my Filipina girlfriend and the language difference between me and her? You're really same wolf, until you live together, that's when you're really gonna know. So, depending on your Filipina, because some Filipinos won't just live together with a foreigner. Sometimes you have to marry them, it would be better if you have a tryout, right? Like live together first and see how it goes. There's really nothing you can do. I mean, she can't take courses in English or anything. It's really you and her living together and then adjusting to each other and finding your sweet spot where you're understanding each other. There's always going to be a language barrier. There's always going to be a language barrier, a culture problem, that's why the only solution is like living together. And if you do get married, it will take time. It will take time. Like Pinay Hart is saying, she's been married 18 years and they'll still have some things that they have to work out. And like I said, if you're a sarcastic person, because I know a lot of Americans are sarcastic. Filipinos are sarcastic too, but with other Filipinos. My classmates from college are very sarcastic, very like no political correctness. But with when you're an American and you're sarcastic with a Filipino, trust me, it does not work well because they won't look at it as funny. They'll get offended, and next thing you know, you might get punched. Filipinos are like anybody else. You do not want to humiliate them or make them feel like you insulted them. Be careful with that. That's why I always tell people, if you're like sarcastic people, be sarcastic with other expats, other Americans, but never be sarcastic with a Filipino. It will not turn out well. It will not turn out well for you. Especially with your Filipina, you will lose your Filipina if you can't give up being sarcastic. Because I know a lot of Americans, they're just like sarcastic. I know it's one of those things where they can't help it sometimes. I have a friend actually, man. He always gets in trouble with his wife, and he's been married 20 years, and even to this day, his wife gets upset with him because he's sarcastic. Fortune, next time, JP, okay also to experience the White Beach West Then try east side where fair. Yeah, he was trying to reserve at Ferris and Blue Water because I recommended that him because you had recommended and I told him that's a good place. Tuk tuk and do the land tour. Yeah, 500 pesos per hour, 3 hours or so. Another option now, if you don't want to pay the 500 per hour, JP, Michael C knows all about it. Actually, Michael C taught me hop on, hop off bus. You just hop on a bus in Boracay and it will give you a tour of Boracay. One fee, the entire island on a bus. A lot cheaper than the 500 peso an hour. They give you a card even. I kept my card. You get to keep your card and you load the card, the hop on, hop off bus. Air conditioned bus in Boracay, tiny looking bus. You can just sit there, man. And that's what Michael C did the last time he was in Boracay. He's the one that taught me the hop on bus. Pinay Heart, I guess we have to travel to Guam and Singapore military base. Yeah, if you want, the closest place would be Guam, Anderson Air Force Base, or Singapore. If you want any, I took Dazzle to Singapore. She got to experience the BX and commissary in Singapore. At Sembawang Naval Base in Singapore. Japan too. Yes, Japan too. You can go to Yokota. Yokota would be the closest one. Okinawa is close too. But a lot more flights coming from the Philippines to Tokyo than Philippines to Okinawa. A lot easier. And you can hop. If you're in Yokota, if you're in Tokyo, you can hop from Yokota to Kadena. It just depends on how much time you guys got using the military hop. You can go to Korea. Osan Air Base in Korea got a BX and commissary. So really, it's just a matter of getting to like Okinawa, Korea, Japan, or Guam, and then you can use the hop on those areas. JP, same move. My Filipina girlfriend's family does not speak much English. I made it much better by slowing down. Yes, you gotta slow down. Slow down the way you talk. Starting each thing I say with the name of the person I'm speaking to and looking at them. All right, see? That's awesome, JP. 1,500. The driver guide will bring you to Mangrove Bulabog Beach, Diniwid Beach, Willis Rock, Nuco Ski Hole. Will take pictures. Oh yeah, not the bad, right? For $30, $30 for a personal land tour. That's not bad, Fortune. My English have improved because I lived in USA and worked here. I have no choice but to speak English only. It was very rare to work with fellow Filipinos. You must not work in the medical field. I'm just kidding, because in the medical field in the U.S., I work at hospitals. Most hospitals, I worked at St. Mary's, and I think half of the people that work there were Filipinos, man. Same wolf, yes, on Messenger, on Facebook. Yeah, that's why you're communicating online. You're texting and messaging. It's easier to communicate. Once it's the communication, it's like you're talking, you're living together, different dynamic. It's going to be an adjustment. You would have to adjust big time. You have to there's going to be many things that you won't understand. She won't understand. You got to slow down. Like I said, I have a friend. He's been married to his wife now 2 years, and I can always know. They always they're not understanding each other. Because you have to understand. It's like even though they teach English here in the Philippines from elementary, high school, and college, depending what school your Filipina attended. If your Filipina lived in Manila, studied in Manila in a private school, no worries. She will be fluent in English. But if your Filipina comes in a province, like Anaklan province, the chances of her speaking in English, they have one subject a lot of times here in the province, even for Leanna. Leanna's an honor student. She's top in her class, but I'm still working on her English because they do teach some subjects in English, but it's not spoken. It's not spoken enough in the classrooms or at school. They still talk their native language, native dialect here, Aklanon. Whenever my husband speaks with other native English speakers as a group, I lost translation. I hear gibberish, LLL. Yeah, because we talk fast. We talk fast as Americans. It's so fast. I know what you mean exactly, Pinay Heart. In Costco, he will buy 20 pounds. LOL, he ate them all. All right. Hey, that's good, man. Beans are good for you. Got a lot of fiber. In beans. I like LDR. Makes the heart grow fonder. Hey, whatever works, man. Whatever works for you, Emilio. Yes, flowers. My husband agreed. LOL. GP, I might just get a small mill and yeah, that's what I was thinking, We just got to figure out what corn you want to use, JP, because you can take the corn and there's people at the public market that will mill it for you. You don't even have to buy your own mill, because I know at the public market they mill rice. I know they mill anything you want. They got all kinds of flour, I know, at the public market. Bill Meyer, hey, good morning. Prayers, Bill Meyer. Good AM, Bill Fort. Pinay Heart, I checked SNR Rosarita. Yeah, that's my beans, man. Rosarita. That's my brand, man. That's my brand of refried. No, it's different. She's looking for the actual beans in a plastic bag is what Fortune's looking for. What Pinay Heart is looking for. I've seen it though. I've seen it at Sheklar. Are you near Aklan State University? I am across the street. Fortune, fresh, pick, premium, quality red beans, 1 kilo. Yeah, that's what I use. I use that, man. That red beans in the plastic bag. Fortune, that I make red beans and rice with that. Put some of that Hungarian sausage with it. Delicious, man. Delicious. Okay, we'll mess it so she can understand me. I feel bad because she keeps saying she don't understand my language, English. Yeah, you're gonna, like I said, same wolf. It's a lot different when you're in a long distance relationship than when you're actually living together. It's a challenge, I know people sometimes get in a long distance relationship and then they petition their Filipina to go to America, and then they live in America. It's a big adjustment for that Filipina, man, because she's the move itself is such a big change from being with family members here, and then now you're living in America. You're kind of isolated, and then the cold weather if you're living in like the Midwest or Northeast of America. Not easy for Filipinas when they moved, and then not being able to like understand the language. Sometimes it helps when there's other Filipinas there, but also sometimes it's a negative too, because unfortunately a lot of Filipinas that's been in the U.S., when there's a Filipina coming in, they don't really welcome them the way they should sometimes, because they get Americanized. There's like, that's another story to tell. It's like Joe Cano, GP. I thought I saw on James and Karen, another blogger, that there was a type of corn flour at some of the stores that sold rice in bulk. Might not be the right consistency. Yeah, that would be the problem, would be the consistency of the corn masa. Get translator on phone would help. Ah, there you go. There you go. If you're like with your Filipina, yeah, do the translate. Do whatever can help you understand each other. When speaking to your Filipina, try not to use idioms or sayings. Speak literally. Don't say, I'm gonna hit the road. Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you. Right? Don't use like good suggestion there, Pinay Heart. This is Pinay husband typing. Pinay husband typing. All right, all right. Hey, good morning, Michael S. No worries, no worries, Michael S. from Dumaguete City, my friend, my brother from another, Michael S. JP Calibo, I am behind the new Gaisano, going to Magdalena Street. Same move. Okay, thank you so very much for helping me. I really love my Hey, that's all right, man. It's like, that's the thing. If you really love your Filipino girlfriend, you're going to make it work, right? You're going to make it work. You're going to sacrifice, and a lot of times she will appreciate that you're making the extra effort to make the relationship work. I have heard people coaching mixed couples recommend the girlfriend listen to American country music to help her learn English semi-painlessly. Oh, I've never heard that. I've never heard that, JP. But hey, music, like it can't hurt. I mean, it can't hurt to try different things. And nice, Samuel Shekel. Howdy, neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. Yeah, yes, the hop on, hop off. Yeah, ho ho bus. Hop on, hop off. Good to see you. Good to see you from Checophan. Pinay. Hi, Kuya Fortune. He is looking for dried beans. Dried beans only. How long have you been there, JP? Fortune. This one, dried and pantry pick premium quality red beans, suitable for various dishes. Yeah. White bean. Yeah, they got plenty. They got plenty. Like I said, next time I'm at SNR, I'll film the dried bean section, high protein option. Don't get used to LDR because you wanted to know each other's personally. When our military spouse are always deployed, that was a lot of mess when they come home. Big adjustment, right? Big adjustment in our heart. Calibo since 2009, moved from Numancia. Pinay Heart, when my husband retired after 12 years, it was a lot of transitions too. I started to get to know him when he stayed home and stopped working. I am just a rookie here. 5 weeks so far. All right. Pinay Art, a lot of my husband's co-workers, their marriage didn't last. Yeah, you gotta work, relationships aren't easy, man, especially if you're American, Filipina, two different cultures. It doesn't matter if you live in the US, you live in the Philippines, you gotta make it work. You gotta keep the love alive. That's why me and Dad. So even now, it's like we're going on our 10-year anniversary. We make a point. We have date days. We always like work. Take care of each other. It's like it's still you gotta work on relationships, man. I will miss Massage so she can understand me. Thank you again for helping. Bless you, family. Amen. All right. Hey, Sal. Long time no see, Sal. Good morning, Gino. Looking good, bro. Will be in your hood at Clark next month. Plus in Japan. All right. I don't think I'll be in Clark next month. More like, what's that? March. We were thinking about making a trip, but there's just other stuff that's coming up, more likely we'll spend more time, maybe Guimaras, maybe Iloilo, of course Boracay during the summer. I think that's it, Kuya Fortune. All right. Will Calibo ever gonna have SNR, sir? I don't think so. There's not enough Calibo's just small, man. Calibo's not SNR. You have to have a big city to support that. I never would expect SNR here in Calibo. We're just a small town in Calibo, man. I asked my husband how he survived our language barrier, and he shared his tips here. So he typed his suggestion earlier. No idioms. Yeah, for sure, no idioms. No sayings, like, because that will just like, what are you talking about? To a Filipino or Filipino, it's like, shekel. They need to become a city first. Yeah, there's not enough. Not enough. Calibo, one of the things, that's why there's not SM here. There's going to be a Robinsons. They're going to build a Robinsons now. The mayor has agreed with Robinson. There's, high-end items. In Calibo, there's just not a lot of high income. SNR is like, that's expensive stuff. SNR, not many, they're not going to have like the amount of people buying. I can see that with the Wilcon Depot. If you go to Wilcon Depot here in Makato, big, gigantic warehouse full of American goods, American grill, barbecue grill, American fridge, American stuff, right? Heart always empty, always nobody buying in that thing. I don't know how they're staying in business because the prices, of American goods are more here in the Philippines. You got that 17% duty tax on all American products, then the shipping costs to ship it here. So anything American item here in the Philippines is going to be more. And I just don't see it working in Calibo, unfortunately. Calibo is like low budget people. That's why even restaurants in Calibo, you can't charge a lot of money for restaurants in Calibo. We don't have a lot of like, you'll never have a Texas Roadhouse here. You'll never have like even Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's like, we got McDonald's. That's pretty much it in Calibo. Lucio Company, the owner, Pure Gold. We don't even have a Pure Gold here, Fortune. We don't have a Pure Gold. I don't see that. The Calibo, basically, you're catering to like rural folks here in Aklan Province. People are particular about cost here. You're competing against local farmers, local fishermen. So anything imported here, I don't see doing really well in Calibo. Calibo is getting a Robinsons Mall. Yes, they are. So maybe the city status is coming soon, and maybe SNR. It will take a while. We just don't have the income, Jokano. We don't have the call centers. We don't have, in Calibo, when you see Calibo, there's not places in Calibo where people can make money. If you're a worker in Calibo, maybe the government workers maybe they make decent money, but the minimum wage in Calibo is not even like the minimum wage in Manila is maybe 650 pesos a day, maybe even more. But here in the province, minimum wage here is like 400 pesos a day. Man, that's $7 a day. You cannot be shopping at SNR making $7 a day, man. Unfortunately, man, there's a membership fee, the SNR. Where is the Robinsons Mall going to be? I haven't seen any where it's going to be. I'm thinking probably towards the airport. That's where a lot of open spaces. That's where I'm thinking they'll put the Robinsons Mall. At one time, JP, they were going to put the Robinsons Mall here in Numancia. They were going to put, because you've seen how Numancia is, right? All the rice field, they were going to build the Robinson. So I'm thinking the same concept, because there's rice fields in Calibo too, by the airport, by the diversion road. That'll be perfect. The diversion road going from Calibo to New Washington, all that open space, you put a Robinsons in there, plenty of parking. You're never going to run out of parking there. That would be ideal. There's no way you can put it inside Calibo Poblacion, man. It's already crowded so much. You see the congestion at Gran Gaisano and the congestion at City Mall, Calibo already. Sal, that's awesome. Cherry blossom season is beautiful. But the entire time we were there, I couldn't breathe. It's Kevin allergy. Oh, for sure, man, from Poland. Gino mentioned it a few days ago. I think Mayor is referring to Robinson's Easy Mart, or I don't know. LOL. All right. Hey, all I know is I saw a meeting between the mayor and Robinson's people, the business people, preliminary meeting. So we will see. We will see. Maybe it'll be like a Robinson's, like in Boracay Island. There's a Robinson's in Boracay Island, but it's basically a Robinson's grocery in a few shops. It's not the full-blown Robinson with the movie theater and all that. Maybe a mini. Like I said, it's hard to build something big in Calibo because we just don't have the people that have the money to spend in it. Even now, since they built Grand Gaisano, the old Gaisano Mall in the City Mall Calibo, you can tell they're suffering. Businesses are closing at the City Mall. The salon closed, the old furniture, they had the bank closed. Gaisano Capital, it looks like it's on its last legs. So, I hardly see anybody shopping there at the department store there. My friend Dazzle, nice to talk with you. Thanks again. All right, thank you. God bless, my friend. All right, I'm going to end the live stream here. We're over 2 hours here. Same Wolf, good luck with Filipina. It'll work out, yeah. As long as you're willing to work it out, I'm sure it'll work out. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live stream this morning. Again, day off tomorrow. No live stream tomorrow. One day on, no live stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. I always appreciate everyone on the live stream. Take care, everyone, and everyone stay blessed. Stay blessed.